This shirt looks really weird. I can't decide, like, why does it hang like that? Why are you doing that? Hey, so today I'm here to do a video for you on this really simple eyeshadow look. Feel like anybody could do this, very easy. I just felt like doing something simple and talking like usual. So if you want to see that or how I got this full face going on, then just keep watching. Okay, so I'm gonna use my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. Nothing new. So today's inspiration is from somebody on Instagram. Her name is chaotic.vision. I think that's like the real person's Instagram. And it's like a blackish cool tone brown with like yellow. I don't know, it looked really pretty in the picture, so that's what I'm gonna try to do. So I'm gonna use my Anastasia Sultry palette, and I think I'm gonna use like this deep brown shade, which almost looks like black, and then maybe some black. So I guess we're just gonna start packing it on. See, I feel like that already is almost black, but this looks exactly like the color I was going for because it's a very cool toned brown, I feel like, which is why I really like this palette. Kind of rare to find cool tone eyeshadows these days. Which reminds me, I wanted to talk about how much I dislike Jaclyn Hill's new palette. I feel like so many people are very happy about it, and I'm like, why? I get it, the first palette's formula was so good, but I never ever used it because it was just a ton of warm tones, and there was so many shades that looked like exactly the same, which is one thing that annoys the shit out of me about Morphe. This new palette, literally, when I seen it, I was like, wow, you could have done something completely different, you know? The first one was so warm. You know, I know she likes that, but still it's just so similar that it annoyed me. It's like all she did was put in some pinks and purples, and it looks almost exactly the same as the other one. I wasn't really planning on buying it anyway, but I know that the first one's formula was so good, so like, I might have wanted to if the colors were better. I wonder if I can blend out this dark shade without using another color. I don't know about it. I usually try to use a lighter shade to blend out deep ones like this. Okay, it's not awful. I need to blend out these wrinkles in here because when I don't, you can see them all in pictures. Okay, now I'm gonna take my ColourPop Honey palette, Honey, and use this one. It's kind of like the gold matte color. I did a look with this where I use this palette on my whole face, basically, on my eyes, on my cheeks, like on the tip of my nose. I mean, it looked really pretty, but so many people kept saying that it was like not yellow or trying to tell me it looked like peach or something. I was like, how though? I literally used a whole yellow palette and it somehow didn't look yellow. So I ordered the Morphe Icy Fantasy palette. I know, don't know if I should have done it, but I'm gonna try it. And the annoying thing is, for some reason, it's gonna take like a week to get here, is what the shipping says. I don't know why, because every time I order from Ulta, it takes 3 to 4 days, I would say, to arrive. Yet this time, it's taking extra long. Maybe people are ordering a bunch of stuff for Valentine's Day. I don't know. When it gets here, I'm gonna make a video reviewing it. But the thing I like about that palette, I feel like there's a lot of different colors. For once, it's not a palette of 80 browns like all of Morphe's things, so I have high hopes. Well, I have medium hopes because I've heard some people say it wasn't the best, but I keep seeing people make the prettiest looks with it. Okay, I think I'm gonna take the shade Buzzkill, which is the darkest like brown yellow color, and try to mix it in here on this line where these two meet. So today, Jeffree also showed his new palette. Pretty exciting. I feel like everything he does is just 100%. Like, it's always good. The packaging is freaking amazing. I don't care that much about purple eyeshadow. Like, I'll use it in a look of like a rainbow look, but I don't know. He already made my favorite color eyeshadow in like a whole palette, the Blue Blood, and I don't even own that one, so I don't know if I should get this one before I even own the Blue Blood one. Also, if you look at the packaging on it, it's very dark and vampy, and I really expected there to be way more royal purples in it. And when he opened it, it's kind of like a lot of lavenders, which honestly I prefer. I definitely like lavenders better than a royal purple situation. But my friend was like, oh, I'm disappointed because I thought it would be more, I don't know, different types of purples. Okay, I put on my eyelashes and I started picking at this thing on my face, which is just the tiniest little clogged pore, and now it looks beautiful. I'm just gonna take this shade Fresh and put that under my brow bone so that there's something there. I was really heavily debating on putting a gold metallic on my eye also, but I feel like the reason I like this look so much is because it was all matte and I don't want to ruin it. Oh, I also cleaned up this line right here with a makeup wipe. I guess I'm going to do the face with you again. This has become the new trend. I'm going to use my Ulta Poreless Face Primer, and I have been not setting my face, living on the wild side. I've never in my life, in my past 7 years of wearing makeup, well, wearing it well, I don't know if it's well, but like trying, I have never ever not set my face, and I've been liking how it looks. I don't know who I am anymore. Me and Alicia used to talk about all the time how we're like, dude, no, how can people not set their face? That's just insane. That's impossible. We could never. And now I'm telling her, like, you should really try it. I think that you might like it. By the way, the colors on my eyes look exactly like 21 Pilots, and it makes me happy. Okay, so today I'm gonna try to use my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Stick Foundation. I have not used this one without setting it yet because I feel like this looks the most dewy of all my favorite foundations. So I was a little scared, a little hesitant. I didn't want it to like be wet all day and transfer or something, but I'm gonna give it a go. I don't plan on doing anything important today, so I guess it doesn't matter. I've only used my Wet n Wild Photo Focus regular one because it's super matte, and then I did try yesterday the NYX Born to Glow foundation without setting it, and it actually worked well, so that was surprising. This foundation is so easy and fast to apply. I love it. So the problem here that happens every time I try not to set my forehead is that it creases. So I've been trying not to raise my forehead when I'm putting concealer on under my eyes. It's very difficult for me, but this foundation needs to like set in and dry before I start raising my eyebrows, or else it causes creases. And I'm just going to use my e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and I literally only put it right here and right there, a tiny little amount, so that it's not thickly over here. And I just kind of push mine around because this sponge isn't even wet. I know a lot of people be tapping it out or whatever, but when your sponge is partially dry, that doesn't really work so well. I'm just too lazy to go wet it. I also used the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer under my eyes and didn't set it, and it actually worked, which was super surprising because it's so like dewy. Thought it wouldn't stay, but it did. So now you see, I feel like right in here, I keep losing coverage when I don't set it. So sometimes I do literally set just right here where the darkness is under my eye. And I do think it makes that skin look a little bit more smooth, just right in that area. So I'm just gonna use the tiniest bit of this Jeffree Star translucent setting powder. Just right there. I'm trying not to put it back there so that it doesn't get all creasy and dry and gross, but it still does sometimes. I won't even set over here, and then by the end of the day it feels so dry. I'm like, what do I need to do for you, sir? Maybe I should possibly try to cover up this weird little pimple thing that I made. I never take the time to cover up little things like this. Oh, okay. That did help. Okay, now I'm just going to contour with my Essence Luminous Matte Bronzing Powder. I love that it's called Luminous Matte. Okay, so I finished contouring my face, put on a different shirt, was really trying to decide what would go with this eyeshadow, and teal it was, I guess. My hair. I cut my bangs even more because I just cut them and they already looked like they weren't bangs anymore, so I cut them again, and now they refuse to lay down, so I keep like pinning them over for a while to see if it'll help them lay correctly, but I have a cowlick right here, so it's not helping. But then I pin them over and I'm like, wait, they look kind of cute pinned over. So then I usually just want to leave them like this. Anyway, for blush, I'm going to use my Tarte blush in the shade Sensual. There's like hair everywhere though. Since I was just cutting my bangs even more. I do that every time I put them down. I'm like, you know, this needs cut. These don't look even. So since I don't set my face, I just put on things and then go around them with my foundation, well, my concealer sponge to help blend them. Oh yeah, and I gotta put it on the tip of my nose and on my chin. I'm gonna use my Wet n Wild Hello Halo blush lighter in the shade Bling, and I ordered the other shade, the more yellowy one, and we're gonna see if it happens to be light enough for my pale skin. And if it's not, then I'll just use it when I put on a self tanner. So I also have been doing a lot of product searching on Amazon, which seems to be the thing I always do when I'm about to get my tax check. I start thinking about things I need for the house because throughout the rest of the year, never even crosses my mind. Like, the only things I ever spend money on is food and makeup. So when I finally get my tax check, I'm like, you know, I need to start buying actual things that we might need. And I already bought a little tiny baby camera so that I can watch Lila in her room, and it's hecking adorable and I love it. And I also bought this really cool lock that goes on your front door. Like, it's for people who rent, well, or people who go to hotels, because whenever you rent or whatever, other people have keys to your apartment, like the people who own the building or the house or whatever, and I think that's horribly sketchy and I hate it, and I never thought about it before until I had Lila and it started scaring me. So I bought this lock thing that you like connect into your door, like where the door knob goes. It's kind of confusing, but and then you just like hook it, and then even if someone unlocks your door from the outside, they can't get in. And I love it. I feel so much safer. I probably wouldn't be so paranoid if I didn't watch a bunch of murder documentaries and stuff, but I can't help it. I love watching those, but now they've fucked up my mind. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and finish the bottom of the eyes. I think I'm just gonna use the same two colors and do the same exact thing as on the top. I've been thinking about doing a Valentine's Day look. I keep seeing people do amazing hearts on their eyes, or like a cut crease that looks like a heart, and I'm like, I really want to try it, but I know it's gonna be difficult. I don't like to do any type of shape situation on my eyelid because my eyes are so hooded, and creases, like, it just makes things like that look deformed unless I'm like literally like that. So it's not like anyone would actually do that for Valentine's Day because I can only imagine how much time it's gonna take me to do it. Okay, somebody is ringing my neighbor's doorbell and they're just not answering it. Now we're gonna take some of that yellow. I guess I'll take a little bit of the brown color that we used in between the two. Oh, I've also decided I'm going to buy a new weighted blanket for my bed. That black one is the worst blanket in the entire world. I got it on Etsy and it's just like a giant wool blanket. It's not as heavy as a lot of weighted blankets, but it's huge and it is pretty heavy. It's really hard for me to move when it's on top of me, but it's just been the worst thing I've ever bought in my entire life. You don't even understand the amount of black fuzz all over my house, and that fills the inside of my vacuum and clogs it all up. I just want to burn that blanket. I hate it so bad. So I cannot wait to get a new one, and I'm gonna try to get a pink one so it'll look adorable on my little tie-dye bed, hopefully, even though Isaiah's blankets throw off the whole bed because they're black and gray, but whatever. Okay, I feel like that looks decent enough. I'm gonna use my Maybelline Lasting Drama Waterproof Gel pencil in the shade Sleek Onyx in my waterline. This is my favorite of all time for the waterline. I even ordered another one because I have two that are like halfway gone. So I just went ahead and bought another. Okay, I know my neighbors are being super loud. I can hear everything they're saying, so I hope you can't. Our walls are paper thin, so it's fun. I'm gonna use the ColourPop Ultra Blotted Lip in the shade Starling. This is like my go-to neutral color. I really want a color for your lips that looks like that matte gold yellow color. I don't know if there's such thing. If anyone knows of one, let me know. Maybe Jeffree Star or Lime Crime maybe has one. I don't know. So I know this look was simple, but you know, if you enjoyed me making a video and just talking, then give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll be back soon with more videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.